The whole movement of Zionism was created, the concept, the ideology of transforming Judaism from spirituality, a religion, into a materialism, a nationalistic goal to have a piece of land, expressly forbidden in the Torah, because we are in exile by God.
So you shouldn't have a state, you shouldn't have a country, you shouldn't have a government?
We shouldn't have a state, we should be living amongst all the nations.
The Jews had many sects, they have many sects among themselves. Among the famous ones are the Sadducees and the Pharisees. However, all the other sects have phased out. They cease to exist, and the Pharisees have emerged as the sole rulers over the Jews in terms of political leadership, religious leadership, economic leadership. The Pharisees are the most extreme of all these Jewish sects, and they have phased out. All the other sects have phased out, and the Pharisees have emerged as the sole leadership, the only leadership, unchallenged leadership that the Jews have, past and present. The Talmud is their human concoction. They claim that what the elders of Zion, the protocols of the elders of Zion, what they sit down and write in their Talmud is superior and better than what Allah Ta'ala revealed to Musa alayhi salam, and what Allah revealed was the Torah. So the Pharisees, who were the rulers and still continue to be the rulers of the Jews, they see Jesus as their enemy, a threat to them, to challenge their authority, their religious authority. So Jesus has now become their avowed enemy.
When Jesus came on the scene, his reaction was to bitterly denounce this counterfeit tradition. Christ said the Pharisees, by their tradition, had made the law of God of none effect. He considered the Pharisees the most dangerous leadership Israel ever had. These scribes became what the New Testament calls the scribes and Pharisees, the greatest legal authorities of Israel for all ages.
No, I don't believe it is. The real core of the conflict is the unfortunate Arab refusal to accept the state of Israel. And I think, as was mentioned earlier, for 20 years the Arabs had both the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And if self-determination were, as they now say, the core of the conflict, they could have easily established a Palestinian state then, but they didn't.
The people who are ruling the world, unfortunately, happen to be the Jews, who are the henchmen of the Dajjal. And they are so confident in their kufr that they have dug a tunnel underneath Masjid al-Aqsa, the third holy mosque for Muslims, for it to collapse, so that they can build in its place the kingdom of Solomon to receive the Dajjal, their king. The same way you wait for the coming of Jesus, they wait for the coming of the Dajjal. And Jesus is coming to kill the Dajjal.
plan likely to bring tranquility, freedom, and justice to the region. The one-state solution in which the entire Middle East is given to the Jews. For instance, turning the entire Middle East into one big Israel will secure religious freedom for everyone in the area.
All these are the words of Simeon ben Yohai, one of their most respected rabbis. Only Jews are real men. As for the Gentiles, the non-Jew, they are nothing but animals who were created by Allah to serve the Jews as slaves.
Matt, Israel is the canary in the coal mine in this fight. They are the first line of defense for Western civilization. You know, I interviewed the former Prime Minister of Spain last year, Jose Maria Aznar, and he said, Eric, if Israel goes down, we all go down.
The Muslim-Israeli conflict, is it Arab-Israeli conflict or Muslim-Israeli conflict? So why did Jews say Arab-Israeli conflict? They are playing games with you. They are playing games with your mind. Masjid al-Aqsa is your mosque, and they are desecrating the mosque. An Australian Jew burnt it in the past. Is it the mosque of Palestinians or Muslim mosque? Muslim mosque, right? Masjid al-Aqsa. So why is it called Arab-Israeli conflict? It's not an Arab-Israeli conflict. It's a Muslim-Israeli conflict, and it is compulsory on you to wage jihad to liberate it.
Americans know that Israel and the United States share common values, that we defend common interests, that we face common enemies. You know, for them, you're the great Satan, we're the little Satan. For them, we are you and you're us. And you know something, Mr. President? At least on this last point, I think they're right. We are you and you are us.
Our race is the master race. We are divine gods on this planet. We are as different from the inferior races as they are from insects. In fact, compared to our race, other races are beasts and animals, cattle at best. Other races are considered as human excrement. Our destiny is to rule over the inferior races. Our earthly kingdom will be ruled by our leader with a rod of iron. The masses will lick our feet and serve us as our slaves. Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin, in a speech to the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, quoted by Amnon Kapeliuk, Begin and the Beasts, New Statesman, June 25, 1982.
The Zionists have brought the world to the brink of total destruction, economic and natural resources and everything else.